Good evening, Warren residents. This is Carolann Garafola, your mayor from Warren Township, and this is Monday night, November 5th, exactly 7 days and 5 hours since our storm, and we all continue to be totally frustrated by the power not coming on in the majority of our town, but I want to tell you some of the good things that are happening and what your Office of Emergency Management along with the fire, rescue, and police are doing to help get our town back to what we want it to be. First of all, we've had some road openings today. Mountain View Road, part of King George Road, Sterling Road you can take and detour through the high school because we have done some clearing there. Round Top Road is open. We've yet to open up Warrenville Road because that's something that Public Service Electric and Gas, PSE&G, needs to do with their own tree crew. But what I did learn is that they are now sending out what they call teams, both PSE&G and JCP&L. They're sending out tree and line crews together so that there's an organized fashion about cutting the trees, fixing the wires, and trying to get electricity to as many people as possible. I will tell you from the beginning, PSE&G and JCP&L have explained that the way they get customers back online is that they work on the circuits that will bring up the most number of customers. They have been very clear about that. For example, someone said to me last night, why is it that Morris County is getting up so many more customers than Somerset County? Well, the answer is that with a greater condensed area of population and more customers on a circuit, that is why those circuits, and especially if they're easy to fix and get connected, are being done first. And both companies have been very clear about that, and maybe some of us have not heard that, but that's become very clear to me, especially after having personally had the opportunity to speak with the president of PSE&G, Mr. Ralph LaRosso, and our contact at JCP&L, who is a Mr. Chris Toogood. So that's where we are in terms of, it doesn't bring our electricity back to understand that, but I want people to have that information. Second thing is that what I did learn today is that the gas stations on the highways are the priority for getting gas, which is unfortunate. I know that Gary DiNardo, our committeeman, was on CNBC today talking about that situation, and it would seem that the logic is if we can get gas to our stations in town, that it will help our people to be able to get out of town, to either go to another place if it seems as if the electricity is not going to come up in a while, or to get to work, because I know that's really a major concern for families. Another issue is that I want to remind people about the polling, about the voting at the polling places. The two places that have been moved, and we posted this and we've said it, but I want to say it again. Our Lady of the Mount is not the polling place for voters for Tuesday. We have moved districts 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 to Stonecrest Church. And we will have a sign out on Mount Bethel Road to make sure that people don't miss where Stonecrest Church is, which is located up behind the post office. We are going to station a police officer at Our Lady of the Mount to redirect people, to make sure no one misses the opportunity to vote. We also will have police officers getting around to the polling places just to make sure everything stays calm and quiet and that everyone has an opportunity to vote, because this is a very important time for us every November. The other polling place is that we've moved from the library, which still does not have electricity, to the courtroom. And that's right next door. Those polling machines are there already. Everything is set up to go, and our voting starts at 6 a.m. and goes until 8 a.m. all over the state of New Jersey. So there's no interference for people to not vote. In addition, we continue with conference calls usually PSE&G at 10 o'clock in the morning. We usually have an Office of Emergency Management meeting starting at 9. PSE&G conference calls where we can ask questions at 10. Today there was an 11:15 governor's conference call. At 4 o'clock every day we have our conference calls with Jersey Central Power and Light. Aside from the conference calls with PSE&G and Jersey Central Power and Light, we also have the personal cell numbers to reach Eileen Leahy, who has been very helpful to us with PSE&G, and Mr. Chris Toogood, who is our contact with Jersey Central Power and Light. And I'll give you an example. I called Mr. Toogood at about 5 o'clock. By 5:15, he was returning my call. So I just want you to know that whatever contacts we need to make, those people are available to us, as well as our Northern Regional Governor's Aide, Rich DeRose. I text him with questions, and he gets back to me in no time at all, and he's covering the Northern Regional area for the governor. We want to reiterate, people need to report outages. If you were to go to the JCP&L website, it says that there are only 3,600 outages. However, there are 5,200 customers on JCP&L, and so we need to get those reported. We have a warming center now today at ALT, and it was started and organized by a group of teachers with the approval and support of Dr. Tammy Crater. And I would like to personally thank Dr. Crater for opening her doors here. It's been a wonderful center. They have Wi-Fi, charging stations, and they've had food donated, and coffee and what have you, refreshments, which we didn't even offer at our warming station at the courtroom. So again, I'd like to thank Dr. Crater. I'd like to thank the teachers who organized this. George Nema was one of the people who sort of led the charge on this, and the Board of Ed, who supported the fact that they would have their school open as a warming station, not only Monday, but also Tuesday, because our courtroom will not be available as a warming station. So therefore, I also wanted to let you know that I now have a direct contact at the intergovernmental level with a gentleman by the name of Peter Gould, who is from FEMA. He has also given us his personal telephone cell number and his email address, so that from the elected officials level right to the top line of FEMA representative for the state of New Jersey, any issues that we have, we need to reach out to him. We do have 4 FEMA representatives in Warren Township. They've been assigned to us for 30 days, and they are working hand in glove with our police department and our Office of Emergency Management to look at the damage that has been very extensive in Warren, where some people had to leave their homes because trees split their homes in half. And we have up to 4,000 homes that have had some kind of damage. Speaking of that, if you have had any kind of damage at your house, shingles have blown off, any issues that are storm related, please register with FEMA. They will work with you once you have been in touch with your insurance company. Obviously, they want your insurance company to pick up first, and then they will work with you on picking up whatever comes out of the FEMA budget. I don't know if they pay the whole amount, because I've never been in that situation, but I do want to encourage people to register any storm-related damage issue with FEMA, and let us know if you're getting into any problems with that. We have had calls from Assemblyman Bramnick. I actually met with him today. He's been very helpful. Congressman Lance has been in touch with us also, as had Patrick Scaglione, our freeholders. At this point, I'd like to sort of wind it up. I just wanted to get information out to you. As much as what we know, we want you to know. We will continue to have handouts of information at our warming centers. If you were to come to ALT tonight, although we're only open till 7 here, or tomorrow, there are handouts about what to do about food that might be spoiled, about how to get to FEMA, about any kind of aspect of how we can help you. If you need to get to an overnight shelter, there is one in Bernardsville on Alcott Drive. That is open, and that is being run by the American Red Cross. There's food, showers, and whatever else it is that you need there that could help you. The last item is not good news, and that is the weather briefing that we had today at 5 o'clock at our Office of Emergency Management meeting. The weather forecast is not good, starting on Wednesday and going into Thursday. They're talking about rain, winds of 35 to 40 miles an hour. When the winds get to be that high, that means that those linemen who are working on reconnecting lines to get us power will not be able to go up into a bucket truck because it's too dangerous. And we certainly don't want anyone to risk their life doing that. So that if our storm, which is possibly a nor'easter, is severe, there may be no work being done on the lines from that Wednesday onset of the storm until Thursday morning. So people should prepare for that in the best way you can. We are still recommending that if people have family or friends out of town who can provide them with a warm place and a shower, that you make those preparations, because we are not promising you any target date for getting electricity up. We're still saying at least a week, if not longer. We just don't know, given the extensive damage, given the fact that we still have trees that have to be cut off of lines, given that we still have circuits that have to come up, lines to be repaired, and with the impending second storm, we're all feeling like we can't get out from underneath this black cloud. My heart goes out to anyone who has had damage, all of you who are feeling the cold and the frustration and not being able to get to work. Your children are probably climbing the walls. And again, we all pray for those people on the barrier islands who are being told it may be 8 to 9 months before any restoration of services. I thank you for being part of our Warren community, and we will continue to update you via our website, thewarrenpolice.com and warrennj.org, the only two official websites for information that is correct. You can continue to call our Office of Emergency Management, which is 908-753-8000, extension 262. All of our employees are at work, so you can get help through Mr. Crane's office or the county clerk's, the local township clerk's office, although Tuesday will be a day that she'll be getting around to the polls because she oversees that. Coming into the warming center on Wednesday, we have employees working there, and our employees, your township officials, all of us are there to help you in whatever way we can do, even if it means calling us on the phone, telling us what your concerns are. We're here to listen. If we can problem solve together, that's what we do want to do with you. And I thank you for being a part of the Warren community. We're here at the warming center at ALT, and they've been kind enough to open up today and tomorrow. And we wanted to find out, Mr. and Mrs. Kim, what are you doing to get through this? How are you handling all of this?
For example, today, our